Hello!
Everyone. Welcome to
Episode 4 of
The Southern Sisters.
The Southern Sisters.
How are we all?
Well, we've been a bit through it all, haven't we, me and
We
you?
have. It's been a long week, to be honest.
Yeah, we're actually a day late on our episode posting.
Yeah.
Just due to illness, work,
Life
really.
in general. It's been one of them weeks. And
been in the
we're
way.
also in a different location today, if you can't already tell.
We are.
We're still kind of switching up our backdrop and our location. There's currently a fly flying around the room, and the dogs are in the room. So if you do hear that
in the background,
we're sorry in advance.
Okay. No.
Is that a wasp? It's a wasp.
Gotta get it out.
Guys, there's a wasp. Okay, we'll be back.
Wait.
It's there. We need to get.
sting the dogs. That's why
We need to get rid of that.
Yeah. I'll find out.
Open the window. Oh my god, it's coming over here. It's over here now. Sorry guys, we are back. That was eventful. We had a wasp in the house, hence why we don't usually film in the house, but we are
with the
today.
dogs.
Yes. Anyway, let's get on. So what was we saying? Yeah, it's been a long week this week, and we haven't
really seen each other, have we?
So there's been no time to film the podcast.
Chaotic,
but
to say the least.
We didn't want to not get you an episode up. Of course.
So we're here. We're getting it done. It's out on a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday
this week. Yeah.
But yeah, we're still doing it. We're still being consistent. And now one of the dogs decides to start barking.
What are we talking about this week?
So this week, we put out a feeler on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And we had the choice of, what was it, the beauty industry, sort of like the pressures of it.
Yeah.
And we also had our childhood passions, which won the vote.
Which won the vote? That's what we're talking about today.
That is what we're talking about.
We're also going to do a little would you rather at the end as well.
And you can do a dilemma or not?
Yeah, I'll do a dilemma, of course. So yes, let's get on. So let's start from the beginning.
From the very, very top.
From the first moment you could think about your life growing up when you were a child, do you remember what sort of career you wanted?
Yeah.
Go.
I wanted to be a singing vet.
A singing vet?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, neither have I, but that's what I wanted to do.
Right, do you want to explain?
Didn't obviously do it. Wanted to be a vet because I've got like a real passion for animals, love animals, and love all their weird and wonderful ways, and like find them really interesting.
You've always been I've
always been an animal lover. So I would have loved to have done basically anything probably with animals, looking after them, etc. And then I loved music as well, so I probably just thought that was a job that you could do, and then Mum probably hit me with the reality that that's not a thing.
That was if you could put two together, that would be the perfect combination.
Like Dr. Dolittle. I love Dr. Dolittle, and like how he could talk to the animals, and that would have been so good. And they talk back. So that was my.
I don't actually remember what I wanted to be. The only thing I can think is I was obsessed with being a teacher. Yeah, I feel like I definitely see myself being a teacher.
Depends how young we're talking though as well.
Yeah, I always wanted to play teachers and stuff like that. And if I'm honest, when I was younger, I was just obsessed with babies, so I just wanted to be a mum.
She loved babies.
That was my initial.
She loved kids, didn't you?
I was obsessed with kids. I feel like I've gone the other way a little bit now.
Yeah, I would say that I'm more into kids now, which is really weird.
I used to literally be obsessed with them, and now I know when you go in the street, I don't really. I think I've just gone a bit where I was so obsessed with them. Now I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, you've
no thanks.
Probably backlapped
gone the other way, whereas you hated dolls or anything like that.
My mum says to me that she always remembers when I was about 8 or 9, and we was in McDonald's in Whitfield, sat in the old McDonald's, obviously before it got done out, and there was a baby in there absolutely screaming its head off, was not happy at all. Apparently I just turned around to my mum and went, I ain't ever having one of them things in my life. They are awful like that, because this kid was just screaming. Yeah, and you was like, oh, can't.
Yeah, I still think like that now though. Whenever I hear a baby cry, I'm like,
see, that don't bother me.
I can't be arsed for that shit.
Yeah, so we've kind of changed in
that
sense.
It's gone the opposite.
Weird, really.
It's really weird. So yeah, I didn't really think much of it, but then obviously as we grew up, we were in the performing industry.
Yes.
You were from how old?
Young.
When did Mum put you in dance lessons?
Well,
I done
all sorts. Didn't I? Done Dodds. I've done like all
when you
different
were
things,
young,
really
so
young. I think I probably, when I started, was about 7 or 8. Like,
oh, that's actually quite old
I
compared
don't know
to
if I
some
went younger than that. Not sure.
No, I suppose I was younger then because I started.
You started younger
Irish
because
dancing.
of the fact that I done a bit, and then obviously
and then
you was
Mum
younger,
got
so
me into it.
yeah.
But like our friends, shout out Alice and Beth, you're probably
Yeah.
watching this. They started when they were like 2 or 3.
They started a lot younger.
Yeah.
Thing is, because I would sing at home, put on shows and stuff, and then I think that's when Mum probably thought
she
remember
maybe
that
could do something.
thing we listened to recently of you in the car.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
so
God,
funny.
Summer's voice. If only could insert this little bit of a clip of Summer's like, yeah, that's how your voice is.
Yeah, it was crazy. And Mum and Dad just let us do it. We were in the back.
in the car on the
so
little.
Yeah, they really did let us express ourselves in any way.
Yeah, we're very privileged actually in that sense. Like,
Yeah,
they never was like, be quiet,
No.
stop going on about it.
No. So that was kind of how our passions, if we're talking about passions, started, because obviously Mum and Dad put us into classes. I think you was obviously first.
Yeah.
They probably heard that you could kind of hold a note.
Well, I think I just was quite a character, wasn't I? So I suppose I was expressing myself a lot.
Yes, they thought, let's put her in class.
And then Nan probably was like, oh, I used to do my bit of singing, so why don't Kyra do it?
Maybe they went about, let's let us burn some energy. That's probably
I think that's probably what they were hoping.
Yeah, they was going to do. And then you got into that, and then
I done doing that. Then you started.
I started just doing Irish dancing.
Yeah, that's all you done. Whereas I done
Irish
like
dancing.
Musical theatre. I think I done like singing lessons.
Yeah.
And then I started to get into the dance. Obviously, as time went on, the pressure was more.
Yeah.
You need to be doing this, and that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Which is crazy, really. How just one. I remember Mum saying, "Oh, like I could do the splits without. I could just do the splits," and I remember her saying like she needs to get into dance class, because I think there's obviously certain signs, isn't there, with children that you know.
I think so. It's like football and sports and stuff like that. You kind of know if your child's
like
into sport or like
naturally talented. Obviously, it's not always the naturally talented that gets you there, but it's a start off. So I think that's why Mum and Dad put us in, made us do it, and literally from then we was in dance classes and singing classes since forever. Weren't we?
Yeah, we was. Yeah, that's all we done. I always remember Mum says that it's not true, but coming in from like school and then getting a Rustler's burger, and then
honestly, Mum hates her for this.
And then eating the Rustler's burger really quick with the ketchup, and then that's it, back out the door.
Apparently we used to have Rustler
Some
burgers.
I don't remember, because I think it might have just been me that ate them.
Well, then what would have I eaten?
You ate all ready break and stuff. You was weird.
Not for dinner, I didn't. That's a lie.
My mouth just farted. Did you hear that?
No. I personally don't remember
Some I don't
Rustler
remember.
burgers.
I remember clear as day. Absolutely nothing against Mum. I think it's great. I like the Rustler burger.
Do you know what? I said this. I had one ages and ages ago, but I didn't actually.
Isn't it mad that goes in the microwave?
Yeah, I know, but actually it's so bad for you.
Yeah, but it is quick fix, isn't it?
Yeah, Mum still to this day says
she says that we didn't. But
she didn't do that, and she's
a liar.
But
actually, sometimes she did do a meal.
Yeah, we never had time though, did we?
No.
We literally got in from school. Half an hour. Lessons was at 4:30. Would go straight away. So I don't blame her for
probably be late because we was eating.
We were always late. Yeah, Alice and Bethany will remember that. We were always late because they were always pretty much on time. And we were always late. But
we just rushed round.
Yeah,
and also we was like lucky because Mum would pick us up from school and everything. We didn't have to get the bus.
No,
we probably would have been there well late if we had to get the bus.
Yeah,
actually, probably wouldn't have been able to go home. When you think about it,
no,
you'd have to go straight to
dance.
Yeah.
So that's what we wanted to be when we were younger.
Yeah.
What other things did I want to be? I feel like when you grow up, there's always things you want to be.
I did want to be a horse rider at one point as well.
Yeah, but you got bucked off the horse.
Yeah, so
Mum didn't let you go back.
Went to a horse riding lesson or whatever. Mum literally watched me get bucked off, and that was it.
That was it to scare her.
Then I done horse like in the cart one, like with Nan one time.
Did you?
Which was really random. Oh. Horse and cart, yeah. Wow. And I went in the cart and.
So that's not a lesson, is it?
It was a lesson, yeah. And no, I didn't really like it.
No,
it's not like riding a horse.
No. Mum hates them. We all hate them, don't we? They get used.
No,
abused.
it's not the same.
No.
It was show like riding, but
Right.
don't really get it.
No.
But.
Yeah, I think that's it really for how
Yeah.
what we wanted to do when we were younger.
Yeah.
Didn't
Pretty
have much, yeah, because we done dance and stuff. That is
what we
we
done.
thought. But we're going to talk about that in this, but we're also going to do an episode on our college, because we went to college to, if you don't know,
Yeah,
we went to
both
college
went.
to study dance and musical theatre and performing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a whole another episode, but we just wanted to talk about our passions, you know,
passions of
and
life,
stuff like that. So yeah, that was basically our childhood growing up. And we went to school. I really didn't enjoy school because every single day I'd be thinking I just want to go to dance.
Yeah.
I didn't really think anything of school, which I don't regret. I don't think. Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't have any regrets. No,
I don't have any regrets, except from I did really do. I feel like at school I still studied, and I didn't think, oh, I'm never going to do this, because I know a lot of people when they're doing dance growing up, they're thinking there's no point even doing school because they want to be a dancer or a singer, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that. And prime example, it doesn't sometimes work out, so I'm lucky that I did do all my GCSEs,
and didn't
done A levels.
Actually, that's probably something I should have done a bit more of. I should have studied a bit harder.
Yeah, maybe you,
because I just had it in my head, I'm going to performing arts college. I don't need this, I don't need that. I'm just going to skim through it. And realistically, I probably should have tried harder. I'm not the most academic as it is, but I kind of got away with it. But I probably should have worked a little bit harder in that sense. I did stay, I tried to pass my maths as much as I could. Stayed after school and stuff like that. So I tried, but my head was like, I'm going there.
I think,
and I knew I was going there, so I just
it's quite normal though, I think. But yeah, that's, if anything, maybe that is probably the only thing you'd say, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
And what advice would you give to someone that's growing up? And because I think it's hard following your passion and then also knowing what's realistic.
I think
because I think we did follow our passions, didn't we, right to the end?
Yeah, we did. Like, singing was my passion. Then I started doing dance, which wasn't my passion. When I think about it, like, I like doing the singing and the acting.
Yeah, but when you go to performing arts college,
you have to be able to be versatile, as they say.
Yeah,
like you had to start singing more, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't say you really loved all the time, did you?
No, I didn't, but I've always enjoyed singing. But
you found more of a love for it.
Yeah, I think where Kyra's been the singer, I've never been able to do, like, properly sing, because obviously Kyra's 100 times better than me. But I do actually enjoy singing.
You like singing, but I started to enjoy dance. I enjoyed Irish dancing, and I liked commercial.
Yeah,
and actually I was apparently quite good at ballet, which
really
pretty mad, because I don't know how.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's a weird one. I would always say follow your dreams and follow your passions, but I think you have to try different things. Maybe I would have tried a few more hobbies.
I didn't have the time for it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, try different things. Don't just automatically set yourself on just one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Go and do.
I think also where the
I probably would have liked football.
Yeah, you probably would have. Yeah.
I
think nowadays there's so much out there, but also the industry in dance and musical theatre and performing arts is so what's it called? Oh, there's a word. Saturated. That's it. It's so saturated that it's so hard to get into. So I feel like we kind of, I had the COVID spell where I literally was doing my dance lessons in my living room, doing ballet, tap, everything. And it just literally put me off. When you think about it. Yeah, it did.
I think it would have put anyone off.
Yeah, and it was, if you got through that, like, hats off, because it was probably one of the hardest times, because there was nothing going on. Obviously, this isn't the only thing that was affected during COVID, but that was a massive thing. Who's watching a show in COVID? No one. Absolutely no one. The whole industry was put on a hold.
Pretty much, so, and I think that even people I know now are still trying to get work. It's not consistent anymore. It used to be a lot more consistent than it is now. I think COVID, actually, for the performing arts side of things, completely did changed the game of that.
Yeah, it did.
Even like my singing, like because obviously I still gig and I still do restaurants, weddings, pubs, etc. Even that, when COVID had finished, every like place that I would normally gig at was saying, "Oh, we're not doing live music anymore. We can't afford it."
No.
So I had to basically start off like again and build up other places again because like no one was doing it.
No, that's
it's only really the last year and a half that people have started doing more.
Yeah, that's an extra thing for a business to have a live singer.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap.
No, it's not. No, of course not. No.
Yeah, it's hard, wasn't it? Like for you, but
yeah. So I dropped my rates. So I'll just charge you this, and they was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll try it." And then like that's how you kind of get back in there and do that. But yeah, COVID was mad. But
Kyra's obviously still doing that side of it for her singing. So it's not you've not completely.
Oh no, I haven't stopped doing it. Yeah. I'm not doing like musical theatre. I'm doing more pop.
What you wanted to do anyway.
I like, you singing in my own way. Yeah. On my own terms, when I want, choosing when I want to do it,
and making money from it. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I'm trying this year. One of my goals is to do dance classes again.
Yeah, you done one not long ago.
Yeah, I went to London and done one. It was great. Like, and I remember when people said to me when I didn't do dance, like I stopped. They were like, "You just do it as a hobby." I was like, "No way, no way." But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I actually can, and I actually
you enjoy it though, and she's good. Like it just comes back to her. Like
it's a bit.
What was that?
Sorry, that was me.
Scratching it's one of the dogs
scratching the what's it called? Chair. Yeah.
The chair.
So yeah, that's the only thing really I do. But I enjoyed mainly like the sport and the fitness side of it, which obviously now I do go into the gym, etc. Yeah. But that is pretty much our passions. There's not really much else to say, is there?
Not really.
Do you have any more passions?
I like to make up. You like to make up as well.
I was obsessed with makeup.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Literally, that Kylie Jenner thing.
Oh,
you
my God.
You had like £500 worth of stuff getting delivered from America, didn't you?
If you're around my age and you were into makeup, Kylie Jenner brought out it was her
She would never let me use any of her stuff either. I had to sneak in her room
because it was so expensive. It was so expensive, and obviously I was young, and Kylie Jenner. She had announced her brand. She's bringing out her cosmetics brand, and I literally got the whole bundle. It's the only thing I asked for my birthday. And I remember we was in Turkey. I think it was Turkey, Tenerife, and the parcel hadn't come for my birthday because obviously it's shipped from America, and it turned up after my holiday, and it was the most exciting thing ever. I was obsessed with it.
Was there lip things?
It was lip liners, lipstick kit.
That's it.
I had an eyeshadow palette, like the whole works. And do you know what? I still actually have the eyeshadow palette upstairs.
And I don't use the highlighter.
The highlighter, powder pressed highlighter, and there's one Diamante lip liner lip kit. I still have that. Like it was the packaging with diamond, like not real. Oh really? Diamonds, but it was lovely. So I've never got rid of it.
Yeah, I remember.
So yeah, that was one thing I completely forgot about. That obviously also YouTube. I was passionate about YouTube growing up.
It's constant. If you go,
I deleted them. I used to film
if you go back like 10 years on someone's YouTube, there's literally some funny little videos.
It's so great, and I wish I'd stuck to it. That's one regret that I have because obviously now
shouldn't have deleted it.
No, they're only I can still see them. They're my eyes only. No, God.
I used to go and watch them randomly because they're just funny.
They are funny.
Like just
memories as well.
Yeah, like it's weird because we lived in a different house, and like I was going to college, and then I'd come back at the weekends, and you'd be like, "Kyra's coming home this weekend," like, and it'd be all,
going
like,
to
really,
Swindon. Like, it was it's so amazing to see, and our family holidays, I vlogged that.
Oh, yeah, all of them,
and it's all still on there for us to see, obviously, and I just wish I stuck to it, but basically, obviously, as you get older, you meet boys, and I felt embarrassed about it pretty much, so I decided to stop.
It's a shame, really, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
But it's life, and that's what happens.
Yeah, and that's it. But I've always enjoyed
change
filming. That's one thing I'd say.
And she's got back into it a lot more now.
Yeah.
You're being consistent, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's
my voice
a
is
passion.
Really going. Sorry about this today, guys.
That's a passion of mine that I've stuck to since I was young. But it come from pretty much like Zoella era.
Yeah, you loved her.
I was a proper.
God, you was obsessed with her. Who else? You've always watched Saffron Barker as well.
Yeah, I watched her first ever.
That's what I was going to say last night. I was watching this thing, and that Joe Weller was on there. You liked him
I
as
love
well,
Joe
didn't
Weller,
you?
yeah, until he had.
And I was like, bloody hell, I ain't seen him for years.
Yeah,
Until he had what?
he had a fight with KSI, and then
Yeah, well, he's on KSI's show.
Yeah,
it's all fake.
Yeah, it's all.
They're all mates, really. Just do it for money.
No, they are now. They wasn't. They were YouTube rivalries. But yeah, I've always watched that and videoed and stuff, and I've always enjoyed
done
makeup
hauls and stuff.
Yeah. Oh god, they were funny times.
Hey guys, today I got this from Primark.
Oh,
I was like, you sound like really high pitch.
Really husky, high pitch. Yeah. That was basically our lives, weren't it?
Yeah.
College and singing, dancing, and then I done a bit of filming everyone and annoying everyone probably. So mum and dad have been. Well, I'm not sure about mum and dad. I'm surprised they let me
Mum go, you ain't filming, are you, Sam?
Yeah, no.
Still says that now.
Still does that now, yeah. Okay, right. Shall we do our? Do you want to do the would you rather's?
Yeah, we want to do them on my phones.
These ones.
The ones that I done.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna.
It's kind of more like a question. You have to. It's not. I'm not gonna say would you rather.
No, okay, just questions then.
Okay, right.
Fire away.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Is it just one item?
One food. Yeah, so if it's a burger, it's a burger.
Yeah, but
Well, you've got to think about this.
Yeah, but a burger consists of a bun.
Yep.
A meat.
Yep.
The beef.
Yeah.
You'd have lettuce in there. You could have tomato.
So that's fine. You
okay.
Choose a burger. That could be
a
burger without a bun.
Can I choose roast dinner? It would be a roast dinner, but that's a meal. That's a meal.
Yeah, it needs to be one food.
One. If it's one thing, like one ingredient, it would probably be potato.
Would it?
That's the one thing you can do the most with. You can mash it.
I was going to say pasta, and then I thought about you can't do much with that. No. It's just different shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Potato is the only thing that you can do, and it's carbs, so it's going to.
Do you know what mine would be?
What?
Yes.
Pasta. Olives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it would be. I would get so sick of olives if I had to do that.
I look like an olive, Mum said one day. She said, you're going to be green like an olive, Kyra, the way you go on.
You do. You should have been called Olive, really.
It's quite cute.
Yeah, you see it.
Okay. All right, then. So, potato, olives.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, if you could start a rumour about yourself, what would it be?
Jesus, what a good rumour. Yeah, it's got to be.
Well, yeah, you'd like to think so.
Rumour, but that means it's not true.
Yeah, so
something that would be just really cool, like, I know, I've got one.
Go on.
It's always stuck to me because I had a dream that it happened. That Justin Bieber is my cousin.
My God.
That is my rumour that I would start. How cool would that be? Oh my God, Summer's
Justin Bieber's cousin.
Yeah, sick.
So cool, man.
That is cool. I'm sorry if that was it, I'd tell everyone.
What
would yours be? I just think something different and cool and weird.
Kyra's got 6 mil in the bank.
Oh right, you go with that approach.
See,
you'll be getting people come after you.
Yes, and this is the point. So Kyra's got 6 mil in the bank. Who wants to be her friend? Let's see who comes running after the money. Who actually wants to be your friend? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good one.
Right. If you could snoop through one person's private life, who would it be?
Oh, that is a good question.
That is a really good question, didn't it? I haven't thought about any of these. I just wrote them down.
I can't. I feel like I'd need time to think about that. Someone's private life. Someone that.
Oh, it would be someone really famous.
It's got to be, but it'd be someone you don't know much about.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Do you know who's really private? Like Rihanna's really private, isn't she?
I was going to say.
I'd quite like to know what she gets up to.
She would be a good one. I was going to say Beyonce, but I feel like Rihanna's even more.
No, Rihanna's more. Like you don't really hear much about her. Like Drake's quite private as well. Do you think? What's that in my hair?
Huh?
A hairband?
It's an eyelash.
No, it ain't.
She's got an eyelash in her hair.
Is that a joke?
That is so funny. We find 3 girls living in the same household. Do you find things like this all the time?
Yeah, but I've plaited my hair with an eyelash in it.
Nice. It's probably from your bed. It's so dirty. Oh, great. I thought it was the wasp when I first looked. I was like, oh my God, she's got a wasp in her hair.
Oh my God. Right, who are you choosing then?
I'm going to go Beyonce.
Okay.
Or Rihanna, if you're not going Rihanna. Someone like that.
I know.
Gone.
Cillian Murphy
Oh yeah,
from
he'd be
Peaky
cool.
Blinders. Or
He's so
Tom.
private.
No, not Tom.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Yeah, but Cillian Murphy, you don't know anything about
Yeah,
him.
he's like off the radar,
He
isn't he?
doesn't have
Unless he's in a
social
film.
media.
He's him.
Yeah,
That's
that's
who
a
I'm
good
choosing.
one. It's a good one. I feel like his life would be quite boring though.
Mm.
He probably reads a book every day.
No, I don't know.
Sits out in the garden and goes and plays golf.
Okay, Sam, this is one for you.
Okay.
What's the most outrageous thing you have done for love/friendship?
What do you think? You've already answered for me.
What? In your TikTok.
What? What are you on about? Oh, great, like Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But that's not
Yeah.
a good...
It says outrageous thing.
I wouldn't say it's for love. It was just me being an absolute psycho.
Yeah.
It wasn't for love.
Oh, actually, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't.
I don't actually have
for
an
love
answer for
means
this.
like, I don't know, you nearly ran out in front of a car because to save your loved one. Something outrageous like that. Or you flew to Australia because you loved one.
Well, I ain't got nothing interesting then, if that's the case.
That's how I take that question.
Okay, right. Okay, so maybe I'll skip this one then because I don't actually have an answer.
I don't think I have one.
I've done nothing outrageous.
I'm trying to think.
Should be doing the outrageous stuff to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't really know.
I think I read it as like, what's the most craziest thing you've done?
Yeah,
like,
if you've read it like that,
yeah.
then obviously mine will be pretty high psycho edition, but I don't know what yours would be.
No. I haven't really done anything.
No.
All right, skip.
Skip that one.
Right. Okay. If you could only communicate using one animal sound for a day, which animal would you choose and why?
Oh my god, go on then. You go first. What animal sound? What animal does that sound? I think you just made that up. What is that? Oh my god, I've heard it all now.
That's an owl.
It's an owl.
What?
Oh, that's a little bit.
I can't do it. My voice is.
You'd be an owl then, yeah? You'd be an owl.
Oh my god.
What would I be?
Oh, the reason why I'd be an owl is they sit on the trees.
No, it's not being an owl. You said what animal sound would you make for the rest of your life? You're still you, but you can only communicate through an animal sound.
I think it's quite a nice noise.
You're not going to be an owl though.
No.
Pyra
Don't
reads
get the
these
concept
questions
of the
out
questions.
and she doesn't understand the questions.
No, the reason why I would like to be an owl sound is because it's quite soothing.
Yeah, like if you woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
quite
you had
a nice sound.
I can't
You're
do
not
it.
going to want to hear.
You know what noise I mean?
Yeah. You're not going to want to hear a dog barking, are you? Let's be honest.
No, and you're not going to want to hear like a cat going meow.
I would be a bird.
What bird?
A
Why
little.
did you say a bird?
Or like a
bluebird?
Yeah, like a.
Yeah.
Just something nice like that, you know.
Oh, that was really cute. Do it again.
No. Mine's a lot nicer than yours.
God, right, okay, well, this is the next one then.
Oh, God.
If you was a vegetable, what would you be?
What sort of questions are these? If I was a vegetable, what would I be? Your brain is just...
I think
she thinks of the weirdest things. What vegetable would you be, as you've asked me that question?
Juicy tomato, red and juicy. And succulent. It's round and it's juicy and it's a bit of salt in it. Lovely.
You're not eating yourself. Right,
what are you
then? I would be an avocado.
Ucha.
Yeah.
You even avocado?
What? I just think
oh my god,
they're like sophisticated and
bougie, yeah.
Bougie
on the budget because she gets the ones that are already soft,
ready to eat avocados.
Yeah,
Why would you not?
Not the ones that have to be ripened over a couple of days.
No, stop that. If I'm buying avocado, it's for that morning.
Oh, honestly.
I ain't got time for
Okay, right.
ripen.
Oh, also, So this is a public question that we got on one of our responses. So I'm going to put this one in there.
Really?
Yep. So
I didn't see
you don't
it.
say who it's from. You just
No,
say.
yeah,
You
of
just say it.
course.
So if there was one piece of advice you could tell your younger self, what would it be?
That's a good one. Kind of fits in with. I can't see it.
On the bottom.
Oh, it kind of fits in with our.
That's why I put it on there.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
Are you having me on?
Sorry. Oh yeah.
If there was one piece of advice you could tell your younger self, what would it be?
I would tell my younger self to care less.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm.
If I'm thinking of how
Care
I
less
was,
about what?
like at school, I cared so much.
Did you?
Yeah.
About what?
The teachers and making sure that my work was done.
Mm.
Like I kind of missed. I know, but I kind of missed out a little bit on the fun that was going on in the class because I was too scared that the teacher was going to tell us off.
Mm.
Even though I did have fun, but I was always like, I hated the thought of getting in trouble at school. Like literally.
I quite like that.
Yeah,
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, see, I wasn't like
that.
that.
Popped out, and he went, "Kyra, get out of the classroom now!" like that. And I just remember going. I went. All right, sir. Yeah.
How did he know it was you?
Because my face went red.
Oh my god, he kicked you out for that. I think that's well out of order.
It's quite embarrassing.
What, that he kicked you out?
Well, yeah, because obviously it drew attention to me farting.
Yeah.
But it did. It went. You know, like one of them ones that
think
you tried to be silent, but it just went.
Do you think he knew you were trying to be funny?
I weren't trying to be funny.
Oh right.
I had the wind.
Oh, I think you couldn't kick a child out for farting.
They did some.
Not anymore. You couldn't.
Well, he did.
You'd probably get in trouble now.
Maybe. But back then they didn't care, did they?
He was my form tutor. Done headstands and
lovely,
stuff.
lovely man. Quite scary.
He was very scary. Yeah. What? So yeah, that would be my advice. Is just
so you would say careless.
Careless. Just enjoy being a child.
Yeah, that's a good statement to have. Really, mine would be happy and don't allow like the pressure to get on top of you, because I definitely did. Like, obviously, we're not talking about the college, school side of things, but I definitely a few times let certain things, whether that be friendships or partners or I don't know, like just pressures of like the performing arts and stuff like that, like get on top of you, like where you think you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And then like you just need to look past that and be happy, be yourself, and do what makes you happy and not what other people think you should be doing to make them look at you and think, oh yeah, she's doing that, she's doing this, she's doing that. Like, actually, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just do what makes you feel good.
Yeah, and I think when, like, especially you, I feel like you were very, like, you were a bit quirky, weren't you, with, like, your things, and maybe sometimes people were like, why is she doing that, or why?
Yeah, like, I was a little bit different in the sense of what I wanted
to do.
But that
was you.
Not different in, like, an eccentric way.
No.
It was different because I didn't want to go down to the park after school and do whatever they do.
Yeah.
I wanted to go and do singing lessons, or I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But I let that get into my head
and
quite
think
a bit.
You were, like,
that I was
the odd one out.
Why am I doing this? I always say to Mum, why am I doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, be happy and don't let the pressure get too much.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good
That'd be my one.
I wish I could speak to my younger self. That trend, I don't think you done it. I didn't do it, but TikTok, it was like, if you're having a coffee with your
I didn't do it, but I did
self,
see it.
like, what would you say?
And what's changed?
Yeah. And I think that was really, like, I remember looking at some people, I was like, that is actually crazy.
Yeah.
But
those quite sad though, some of them.
Some of them were sad, and some of them were really funny, and some of them were like, what she order, and it's like the same.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, same iced coffee.
Iced coffee that she, or regular latte,
10
whatever.
years ago.
Yeah. But I think, that's a good advice from. Thank you for sending that in. Whoever sent that in.
Yeah, it's a good one. If anyone wants to send any questions in, just literally send us a DM or pop us a message, and we can always input them into the podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
I sound like a man today.
It's your voice is going, isn't it?
It's bad.
Right, my dilemma.
Go on then.
Have you done your would you rather?
No.
You got one?
Yeah. So now I just had it.
Okay.
But I was letting you do it.
Oh.
I'm letting you do your dilemma.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay. This is a dilemma that was sent in. So it says, this is what she said. Your best friend's boyfriend confided in you that he's planning to propose.
Mm.
Big deal.
Yeah.
But
Very.
you know she's been thinking about ending things.
Oh, God.
Do you stay quiet or do you give her the heads up?
It's your best friend.
She's your best friend.
You should give her the heads up.
You give her the heads up.
As bad as that is, because it should be really nice and lovely, if she's not in a good headspace and isn't sure that that's the person she wants to be with, then that's cruel on his behalf and cruel on her behalf.
Yeah.
For you to then just let that happen, and then it'd be even worse for him when she turns around and says no. Or she says yes and then ends it 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So you should tell her.
I think there's no other way.
I would tell my friend.
100%, and I would really hope that
people do the same.
Do the same thing, because with my friends, I know that the thing is, I think there's so many people nowadays that like would just rather keep things like that to themselves and let people work it out for themselves. But at the end of the day, like if your friend's not going to do it, then who the hell is going to do it?
That's what I mean.
I would 100%.
It's a cold world out here.
Yeah, you got to look out for each other, and that is such a big thing in my eyes, anyway. Someone proposing, and yeah,
that's like, well, you hope, like a one in a lifetime thing that happens to you.
Yeah,
and you want it to be with the right person, don't you? You
100%.
don't want to.
If you're not feeling it,
like you don't want someone to go through all that effort, buy you a ring, make this lovely drastic proposal or whatever, and then all of a sudden you turn around and say, no, sorry, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah,
just be honest.
I mean, in my eyes, I know doesn't always work, but if I feel like you would, hopefully in a relationship, you would sense if someone wasn't feeling it.
You should
like,
do, yeah.
How could you thinking of proposing?
But then I'm going to agree to disagree on that.
Really?
Yeah, because I've had experience of where I thought everything's all fine and great, and then it ain't.
Yeah, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? You can't always, but there is signs.
There is signs once you look back on it, like now I can look back on it and think, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're in that, you don't always see it, you're blinded by it.
Yeah. No, but I mean for that guy proposing.
Must feel like she's distant. Yeah,
she's distant, and you would not be thinking about proposing, but like you say, maybe he's not seeing the signs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
it really depends on you as a person, and the dynamic of your relationship.
Yeah,
because different relationships with different people are so different.
Yeah. Some people wouldn't know that someone wasn't okay.
No.
Whereas some people, your partner.
No, whereas like you would think that, say, if I was not myself, that then you're like, you would notice it and you'd be like, oh, you're right. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just depends. But I would tell her.
Definitely tell her.
I would give her the heads up, and then maybe she
can
be more transparent with him.
Have a conversation
and not put him through all of that.
Yeah, and say like, right now I'm not in a great space.
Because that's
let's try and work on it. But
imagine that, gone through all that effort, bought him lovely ring, and then you propose, and then she goes, nah, I'm good, hon.
I'm good. It's not feeling it, hands.
Okay then.
That's my advice.
Yeah. Pretty much the
same. You need your would you rather?
Yeah, it's the other one. This is kind of just a bit of I just randomly found this one. Right. Would you rather, because this is depending on your personality, would you rather never be able to celebrate your birthday again? Well, I know what you're going to choose anyway, or have to throw a massive birthday party every single year without fail?
Yeah, 100%. I'll throw a massive birthday party every year. But I know 100% a lot of people would not say that. They would say that.
So a lot of this is why I was saying it was depending on your personality.
Some
because
people hate their birthdays.
If we asked Dad that, he'd say no.
Yeah.
He wouldn't celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
If we asked like you, because you like your birthday, you say.
It's funny though, because as I'm getting older, I'm a bit like, it's got another birthdays, and I'm getting older.
If you'd have asked me that when I was 16, I would have said, party every year. Yeah.
But as I'm getting older, I'm a bit more like
same.
I like the celebrations.
A lot of people would say not celebrate my birthday. I actually do think that.
100%. I like the celebrations of a birthday now. Like, it's a reason to go and do something cool, get your friends together. I don't actually like the fact I'm getting a year older now. That's
what I mean. I think when you're younger, you look at it in such a different light. Like, I keep thinking to myself, in like July, I'm going to be 26. So, like, Why?
Nearly 30.
Why am I going to be 26? And then everyone's like, oh, that's not old. And I'm like, well, no.
To you
but to me it is, because I've not been 26 before, all right?
Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah.
I'm sick of people telling me that.
Yeah, no. Well,
honestly.
I'm used to people going, oh, you're so young, you're so young. But, I definitely would have a big party every year.
I would as well.
Yeah.
Because
I know people say, no way, like, that is my worst fear.
Oh, it's a lot of people's worst fears.
Yeah.
Like, some people's partners will, like, do like a surprise birthday party, and that's like their worst thing. And you think,
and people are like, oh no, why are we going for a meal? You better not be throwing me a surprise birthday party.
And then they turn up and there's a hall full of people, and I bet they think,
I think some people, when they're there, they love it.
I also think that some people give off this, like, oh, don't want a big celebration. And then, like you say, once they're there, they're like, yeah, man, throw my party.
Yeah, and they're like, thank you so much for this. It's like, see.
I think a lot of people
want the party.
Play it down.
Play it down.
Yeah, so both of us would choose to have a big party every year for our birthdays.
Yeah, if it was I had to, then let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
I would not want to not celebrate my birthday. I don't work on my birthdays. I make sure every year. I
put my birthday off or not.
Whereas some people
I have mine and yours.
Some people are like, nah.
Yeah.
I work it, but not me.
Not us.
I think
I probably would work it, but
yeah, sod that. I think that's gonna close off.
Draw us to a close on episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
How have you felt?
Yeah, we're right. Apart from my voice, I'm all right.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
And this is just, I don't know, I quite like this setup,
So do I.
And it's easier for us.
I think it's giving more clean girl.
Yeah, like we have the curtain.
It's also not so much effort to get set up.
We have the curtain.
I forgot we had this little bit to put the
light
on.
It's handy.
Yeah.
It's a bit of
Let us know what you think of
this
the new setup. Do we like it better?
If you want us to go back to the old one, let us know. But at the minute, this one's quite good. We keep working on it though. Yeah. And seeing what we like. But yeah, let us know. Next episode, we will obviously post what we're going to talk about.
We'll put a feeler out again. And hopefully this time Kyra won't find a little mate.
Oh yeah.
In her hair.
And hopefully we won't both
get
chased by a wasp. Such a long
Chased by a wasp.
Chased by a wasp. Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been eventful, mate.
This episode has concluded our week.
Yeah.
It has been. This is how our week's been, just absolute chaos. So
carnage.
That's our life, and that's
welcome to it.
Yeah. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week for another episode.
Bye.